start with diversity. Diversity is really just about difference. It has nothing to do, it doesn't tell you anything about the culture. It doesn't tell you anything about the way of being in the organization. And there's no analysis of power when we talk about diversity. It doesn't give us any information about the power and how it works within the organization, and it gives us no information about the power and how it works in a larger culture and system. And so diversity really is about noticing the different identities that are present. And the reality is some people might want to still work on creating a more diverse workplace or more diverse organization. And that's perfectly fine, but it's important not to have that confused with any of the other words that we're going to be talking about.
One of the phrases that uses diversity in it that's used a lot now is DEI, the acronym standing for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Several years ago it was D&I, Diversity and Inclusion, and we've now added equity into it. So this acronym of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion has really become a catch-all for fix the culture, make all the things better, and so it's really lost its meaning. There's no power in the substance of what it's really going after, mostly because there's not a shared language or understanding about the relationship between these three very different words that carry a lot of meaning. And so as consultants who do this work, one of the first things we'll ask you is, which of these do you want to work on? Are you wanting to work on diversity? Are you wanting to work on inclusion? Are you wanting to focus on equity? And we'll be honest and say it's your responsibility as an organization to be clear about what it is you want to do. And with that clarity, we can help you in a variety of ways. But without that level of specificity, there's no way we're actually going to be able to do deep work and create any type of transformation within your organization.
Our next word is equity. And equity really is about the policies, the process, and the culture. It is about really focusing on the goal and how you reach the goal. And so if you want people to be successful, if you want people to be able to bring their whole selves to work, equity allows for you to look at how do I create an equitable process that will help me reach that goal. And so it helps us understand how power might be working in the organization, in our larger system, in our larger culture, in our the larger history that we have experienced. And it allows for us to think more about what people might have had access to, what resources have been available, how we need to actually provide different resources, and think more creatively again about reaching the goal. Now, one of the main points that we want to make is that if you are a mission-driven organization that is about creating more equity in our larger culture, in our larger system, and you don't have equity and haven't thought about equity within your organization, you are off mission. You cannot, and this feels very bold to say, you cannot create equity in the world if you have not done so for the members of your own staff. And so it's important to be thoughtful about my whole mission is driven towards creating an equitable society, and I have not thought about equity with any depth in my organization, I'm not being as effective at my mission.
Absolutely. And in fact, you're really setting people up who are coming into the organization with an expectation that this is a place that has equity at the center of the work, and then to come in and have a different lived experience, it can be really harmful and completely undermine the work it is that you're trying to do in the world. And I know that that's not what you're going after. We know that's not what you're going after.